So while we're waiting for some people to get logged in, I want to celebrate any positive shifts that anyone's had. And I really want you to think about that, because what we focus on, we get more of, right? So we need to focus on the good things that are happening in our lives and not be obsessed with what we're not having and what's not going right. So if you want to go ahead and comment something positive that's happened. Hey, Jennifer, Sandy, hi. Hey, Kathy. Go ahead and comment and leave. I know I did get a few private messages with some positive things. Hi, Dee Dee. And you don't have to go into detail if you don't want to, but for sure be journaling some positive things. We really want to start to focus on the blessings and all the positive things that are happening in our life. Okay, awesome. Good. Felt like more exercise today? That's awesome. That is a good thing. Moving the body. That's really good. So go ahead and share if you feel called to do that. And then we are going to get started for today. Hey, Katrina. Good. Welcome. Welcome. I know people are still finding the Facebook Live and getting signed in. It's awesome. So if you have some wins, and I want you to start thinking in terms of that now, what positive has happened for me today? What positive is in my life? Good. Kathy slept better. Brandy, more peace. These are big things. That's awesome. Good. So I want you guys to be on the lookout for that for yourselves, okay? All right, so just a little review from yesterday. We cleared some parental obligations and expectations from early childhood, really creating freedom for you to live your own life. Now, in this 5 days, I've got an hour. This is a group session, and I'm getting as much covered as we can. But as I mentioned, you can watch the muscle testing video, and you can start muscle testing to see if you're allowed to live your own life. It's possible. It's safe to live my own life. I am living my own life. You can start to muscle test those things. All right. Awesome, Bonnie. Feeling more in control with her authentic self. That's a good thing. Hi, Anna. Did not get angry while cleaning the house. That sounds like a victory. Awesome. Great. Wow, Jennifer took down a wasp nest without less fear and received a payment due. Nice. Good. And Jennifer, I think you were on last week for the money clearing, or almost 2 weeks ago now, I think. So those are good, clearing those things out. Had a moment of clarity today with my boss when he triggered me, and I could trace it back to yesterday's work. Really nice. That's exactly what happens, Carrie. So one of the things I do want to talk about is, I'll do it kind of not in the order that I planned on, but that's okay. Recognizing your blocks. So recognizing when you're getting triggered. So when you have actually any negative emotion that surfaces, especially if it's quickly and it's reactive, someone else is triggering something that's already inside of you. So we have a tendency to want to blame other people. They're creating this situation. They're doing this to me. They're making my life miserable. And actually, what you're doing in that situation is giving them the power to do so. When we clear out the beliefs that we're holding inside of us, we can watch someone being maybe acting like a jackass, and you can just watch them and be thinking that, wow, why is this person acting this way? That's really strange, instead of you getting the reaction. So know that when you have those intense emotional reactions, that's your stuff, okay? When you clear it all out, there's nothing for them to trigger, okay? Good. Denise, hi, more energy, motivated to exercise. That's awesome. All right. So I do want to talk about everything is made of energy. Your thoughts are made of energy. Your emotions are actually intense. energy. It's more intensified. So when you are manifesting, when we're manifesting that list that you want, you have to do it with emotion. If you just put some things on your list that you want, but there's no emotion with it, it's going to be kind of hard for you to bring that to you. So you want to put the energy into it, the emotion into it. What does it feel like to have this in my life? When you get that emotion, and you have to imagine that you already have it. So that's knowing that it's coming to you, knowing that you're worthy of it. There's no doubt that it's going to happen. That makes it stronger and stronger and stronger. And it has no choice but to come into your life because you're a vibrational match. So when I talk about the blocks, which are those lower vibration emotions, and we're carrying around shame, resentment, guilt, anger, those are much lower vibration, and that resonates with other things and will attract other things into your life. So we really want to clear those out. And I'm not talking about just ignoring it, hiding it, none of that. We actually want to clear it out so it's not inside of us. That is what happens. We bury things because we have to find a way to cope with life. So if we're holding some trauma, if we're holding some feelings of worthiness, we figure out a way to work around it. And that uses a lot of energy. So what we want to do is actually clear out those old emotions, old traumas, old beliefs, and it just starts to open up your energy body. And then you can start to attract and to do those things that you want to do that increases your comfort zone, like we were talking about yesterday. Okay, good. Hi, Bonnie. Good, good, good. And good job, Denise. So she's canceling and deleting negative thoughts. Super good. Keep reminding yourself. Pay attention. What are you thinking? What are you saying? And if you can even stop yourself before you say it, great, but it's going to take some practice. So just catch yourself doing it, cancel, delete, and make a better statement for yourself. Oh, good. And Katrina's observing instead of absorbing others' negative energy. Perfect. That's super good. All right, so hopefully you guys have been working on your goals and what it is that you want to create and start putting your awareness and excitement into what it is that you're attracting into your life. We are going to be working on clearing out blocks and beliefs that would be interfering or blocking you from attracting that to yourself. Another thing that I do want to talk about today, as far as keeping your energy positive and keeping light thoughts and a high vibration, I want you also to notice where negative energy is coming into your life. And this year, 2020, has been a big year to bring up a lot of issues. So are you spending a lot of time watching the news? We've got politics going on. We've had a lot of different things, even outside of coronavirus happening. Where are you focusing your attention when it comes to that? Do you have toxic friends? Friends that are bringing you down, constant negative energy? I want you to pay attention to what things raise your vibration and what things bring your vibration down. So you need to pay attention to that. And a lot of what is involved is actually managing your day, managing those situations that may have a negative impact on you. So I am going to go through some things. This is from the New Life Experiment, and it's straight out of Vianna Stibel's book, Theta Healing, Introducing an Extraordinary Healing Modality. And this is a really good exercise. She actually suggests attempting to do all of these things at the same time and to see how long you can do it. I'm going to read you the list. What I'm going to suggest is that you listen to the list and you pick out Write down, first of all, just write down anything that you're like, oh, I need to work on that. Yeah. And after you write down a few things, I want you to pick out the number one thing that you are going to eliminate. Okay. And just focus on one thing at a time, because it can be overwhelming. So no complaining, no whining, no being overly critical, no poking fun at others, no being cynical, no creating reasons to worry or to say you're sorry out of habit, no creating reasons to be stressed, no creating reasons to be unhappy, no affirming negative thoughts. We talked about this yesterday, such as, I'm overweight, I can't afford that, I can't do that, that I'm not able to do that, I'm not capable of doing it. Those things eliminate negative thoughts. No affirming negative feelings. This is a big one, especially this year, such as I'm depressed. How many memes and things have we seen on the Facebook about 2020? I've actually found a lot of fantastic things coming out of this year, and that's what we need to look at. What does this year mean for me? What is it showing me that I need to work on? So again, don't affirm the negative, even the situation about this year. We just don't want to affirm negative. No making reasons to be angry. No making or seeking out reasons to overcome others by fight, struggle, or to enter into combat. No making reasons to be anxious. No making reasons to be overwhelmed. No making reasons to worry. No making reasons for self-doubt. No creating situations of lack or scarcity with statements such as, I don't have enough energy. Instead, make the claim, I have plenty. That is a trick that I use. My husband and I started using a few years back. When you'd get a big surprise bill in the mail, maybe you had to put 4 tires on your car and the bill would come. And we would always say, good thing, it's a good thing we're rich. Even if at the time we didn't feel like we're rich, and we always said we had enough money. So buying organic food and products is really important to me. And I never complain about the amount that I spend on those groceries. I have gratitude for being able to afford them. These things matter. So instead of complaining about a bill, be grateful that you have enough to pay for it. And you always have plenty. And even if that means making payment plans, be grateful that you have the money to make those payments. No creating chaos or drama for entertainment, excitement, adventure, or thrills, or to avoid peace. And avoid right, wrong, better, worse, should, hope, and try. So there's a few things in there I'm sure that we all could work on, but I want you to focus on creating a positive, uplifting life. There's all kinds of negativity around that we certainly could focus on. I want you to find out what's good in your life and around you and focus on that. All right, so for today's energy clearing, we are going to work on free yourself from obligations and expectations of others. Okay, so we are going to be looking at painful past experiences, relationships, drama. Maybe you're attached to past failures. So maybe you feel like you've had a failure in your life or failed at something and you're stuck in that energy. We're going to work on that today. Also, some of you may feel like you're trying to measure up to some past success. So do we all know the high school football player that was the star athlete and he was stuck in those high school years for the rest of his life? You know what I'm talking about. So sometimes we've had just a big successful moment in our life, and now we're measuring all success against that moment. Okay, so we want you to start thinking about if any of these situations apply to you. And then there's past employers. So even if you've moved on, part of you might still think that you're um, working for that employer or married to that job. If you've ever owned your own business, there's an energy exchange and you become married to your business. Some of you could have still an attachment to an ex from a relationship. So we want to clear all of those out from the past so you can move forward. Now you can muscle test on the replay. If you are rewatching this, you can stop and you can muscle test and see if you are energetically attached to past employments, past relationships. You can take a look at all of those things. So what we need to understand is that we can't change the experience, but we can learn from it, and we can let it go, and we can move on. That's really important. Learn from the situation, let it go, and move on. Are you focused in the past? Think about that. Are you present right now, or do you spend a lot of time thinking about what's happened in the past? Oh, Judy, muscle test. I bet you might find it. Okay, so Michelle had a nightmare last night coming up from an ex-husband who she hasn't seen in 12 years, and that may be because you're here tonight. Your subconscious will have things coming up before you come into my classes, before you come into these events, because you guys really are psychic and intuitive. So you know things that are coming up. So these things will happen. All right. All right. And then I also want you to think about anywhere in your life or past where you've been trying to seek approval or trying to seek acceptance. So I'm just talking about some of these things to start bringing up, to get you thinking and start bringing up some of these things that need to be cleared. And next we'll move into the meditation. So in the meditation, we'll actually be able to dig into it. So do we have any questions before we get started? Okay, so Jennifer's got things coming up. This is good. This is why we talk about it. And I do want to congratulate each and every one of you. It does take courage to come. Any type of healing where you're actually getting into this old stuff, because we bury it for a reason. But the good news is we're going to let it go and we're going to bring some healing in today. So congratulations for showing up. All right, so let's go ahead and get comfortable. I want you to relax. Start to focus on your breath. Breathing through your nose if that's comfortable for you. Nice deep breath in, and I want you to imagine that you're breathing all the way down into your belly. Soften your belly and let your belly expand as you inhale. Most people don't breathe into the lower part of their lungs, so I want you to focus on bringing that breath all the way down. You have a diaphragm underneath your lungs that's going to press down as you fill your lungs, and to make room, your belly needs to expand. This is the natural way that we breathe, and if you've been under a lot of trauma, or women are taught to suck that belly in, and it's very tense, so I want you to relax. Okay, breathing into the belly. You can even put your hand on your belly if you'd like, but I want the movement in your belly when you breathe, not your shoulders when you're breathing, in the belly. Nice deep breaths. And as you inhale, I want you to relax, and I want you to imagine bringing love and light into your heart. And as you exhale, release any stress, release any tension. Nice deep breaths. And as you focus on the breathing, I'm going to do an energy clearing for everyone here live on the call, for everyone watching the replay, to bring our group into sacred space. If I have your permission, you can say yes out loud. The healing is always between you and the Creator. So it's there and available. I'm facilitating it for you. You have free will to accept it. All right, good. I'm going to ask Creator now to release any shock and trauma that you're carrying that is getting in the way of proper breathing. We're going to release that now. Send it into the light. Release it from your nervous system. We're going to replace it with unconditional love. We're going to teach you what it feels like to be relaxed and to know that you're safe. Safe physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Good. So now as you breathe, I want you to focus on the energy inside of your heart. Breathing into your heart, opening and expanding your heart chakra. Connecting to the love and light that is inside of you. And as you exhale, releasing any stress, releasing any tension, releasing any resistance. And imagine sending your energy down into the center of Mother Earth. And imagine gathering Mother Earth energy, bringing this energy up through the bottoms of your feet, bringing it up through your legs. It's soothing, it's calming, relaxing. Bring it up into your pelvis, up through your torso, your shoulders, your arms, all the way down to your fingers, up through your neck and all the way up to the top of your head, filling every cell in your body with Mother Earth energy. And then imagine a beautiful ball of light above the top of your head. And imagine that you're in this ball of light. It's any color that you want it to be. You're safe and protected. We're going to send this ball of light up above your head, up above your home, up into the sky, up into the universe. And imagine traveling through the universe, beyond the stars, the planets, beyond the galaxies. And we're going to go beyond the universe. And when we do, we come into a bright white light. And there's another and another. In fact, there are many, many layers and layers of white light with a little thin veil of darker light in between. You're going to continue through all of these layers into a bright golden layer of light. And after the golden layer of light, there's an energy which may seem like thick jello. You might see all the colors of the rainbow. It may even change colors as you move through it. You might also see geometric shapes and patterns. But off in the distance, there's a pink mist. We're going to head toward the pink mist. This is the law of compassion. Let it surround you and guide you up, up, up. It's going to take you up into a shimmery white light, pearlescent white light. It may look like the freshest snowfall that you've ever seen. We're going to go deep into this energy and allow this energy to dissolve your bubble. Let it become a part of you. You become a part of it. There is no separation. You become one with the pure energy of creation. This is the energy that flows through everything. This is the energy that you are made of. We ask for your energy body to be open, balanced, and aligned in your highest and best and with grace and ease. Please say yes to accept this healing. We ask for you to be filled with unconditional love into every cell, into every aspect of your life, into everything that you are. Please say yes to accept. And we're going to ask Creator now to download what it feels like and how to forgive others, and what it feels like and how to forgive yourself. So if you would like Creator's definition, perspective, and understanding of this, please say yes to accept it. And would you like to know what it feels like, and that you know when your past relationships are complete? So they may be relationships with businesses or people. We're going to ask Creator to teach you that you know when it is complete. And would you like Creator's definition, perspective, and understanding of what it feels like and how to let go of anger, resentment, and regret? That it's possible, you're allowed to, and it's safe to. And I want you to relax, and I want you to allow your heart to take you back to any past successes that you are holding on to energetically. Okay, and avoid filtering what's coming up. Trust the first things that are coming up. Perhaps there's more than one situation. What I'm feeling coming through in the group, for some of you, it's actually being very fit, and you perceive yourself as super attractive, and your weight, and you're sort of stuck in that time, and you want to get back into that body. That's what some of the energy I'm feeling coming through. Mhm. Good. So I just want you to allow it to come up, whatever that is. Some of it is athletic success, sporting recognition, recognition in other areas in school, popularity. When were you successful in your life? And you measure yourself to that success. Do you want to go back to those days? When is a time in your life that you'd like to go back to? And do you feel it's impossible for you to do better than that? And do you feel less than that is a failure? Okay. So now we want to allow Creator to show you What were you learning from this situation? What do you need to learn about the situation in order to move forward and to let go? Just relax and allow Creator to show you. Creator wants all of you to know that success is a thing that's inside of you, and it's not a thing that you have to reach for externally, which I know feels like it's not what society tells us. It's a thing that we earn. But let's let Creator show you what it feels like to be successful and to know that you already are successful. And when you have this true feeling inside of you, then you can see it outside. Sometimes if you have that belief that you have to earn it, you're never done. Even if you achieve the goals that you're trying to reach, and I know there's some of you in this group, then you're still not satisfied. You still don't feel successful. Even though you are, you don't have the feeling. And whatever you were learning, let's let Creator download the highest truth and perspective about this right now, and that yours is the same. Okay. So I want to check in. Does anyone feel resistant? Okay, first of all, let's have everyone think about moving forward in your life. Um, does it look, okay, cancel that, start over. Does the situation look different? That success that you put up on the pedestal, does it look different to you now? And how does it feel moving forward with success? Without comparing success to that moment. How does that feel? So just imagine moving forward in your life and not using that past success as a comparison. Does anyone have any resistance to that? If so, I want to hear about it in the comments so that we can clear it out. So Creator also wants you all to know that you can create anything that you set your mind to. Okay, and you're never too old. Some of you feel like you've missed your opportunity, and that's simply not true. So Creator wants to give you the truth about that. You can say yes to receive it. I've created more than I could ever imagine in the past 7 years, and I'm 50 right now. So it can happen in a very short period of time. Okay. And Kathy, is that in comparison, are you comparing that to a success in the past? Okay, here's what I want you to, Kathy, go to the time, close your eyes. Everyone can do this. I want you to go to the time when you felt like there was something wrong with your appearance. The first time you felt that. Somebody did something, somebody said something, or you interpreted that. Okay, so let's go back to when did you feel like there was something wrong with your appearance? So you either perceived something was wrong with you, or someone said something, or someone implied it. And that's okay, Carrie. We're going to move on to some other areas. And sometimes all of the, okay, good, Joanna. That's a really good point. What if you've never felt successful before? So let's bring in that download. And so it's a feeling. We're going to let Creator teach you what it feels like to be successful. How to, that you're allowed to, it's safe to, it's possible to. You know who you are being successful. You know your life purpose being successful. You can live your day-to-day life on all levels with Creator's perspective of being successful. So if you'd like that download, say yes to accept it. Okay. So Joanna, I want to see if that feels different for you, and then we're going to come back to this appearance. And almost everybody on this call has an issue where you feel bad about how you look, whether it's your body, there's something wrong with your face, your hair color, but it came from a certain situation, from an external source. Okay. So let's tune into that. Go back to that time, relax into your heart, and let your heart take you back to that moment. Okay, and let's let Creator show you the highest truth of the situation. What was really going on with that person that said that thing or did that thing. Whatever happened that you interpreted that there was something wrong with you. Let's let Creator show you the truth. And in some of the situations, the boys are actually liking the girls, and the teasing is the way of them showing that they like you. It's so messed up, I know. Okay. So let's release all shock and trauma from the appearance, from feeling like there's something wrong with you, physically or emotionally, mentally. We're going to release that now, replace it with unconditional love. And the situation, the past success, we're going to let Creator show you the truth in that situation of what was really happening and that your perspective is the same. Please say yes to accept that. Michelle, and you on the replay, you guys can actually stop and muscle test this. I feel like there is a vow to give your power to a man. So I want to clear that now for all of you. Any vow, oath, obligation, promise, commitment that you have to put a man in power, or to give your power to a man, or to give everything that you have to a man, that you are less than a man. We're going to make this completed, finished, and done on all levels and all that you are. And let's download the truth that all human beings have male and female energy in us, and that all souls are important. All souls have purpose. Some have chosen to disconnect themselves from the light. That's our free will, that's our choice. That love and light is always around us. It's actually inside of us, but sometimes we reject it. So that's where we get that perceived kind of good and bad as far as how people are, but all souls are equal. All souls are important. Okay, and every time that that's happened to you, where you've given your power to a man, we're going to call it back right now. So say yes to receive that. And I'd like to call your soul fragments back. So any soul fragments that you've left in any time or place, we're going to call those all back to you now, have them cleansed and purified in the Creator's light, return to your soul. Any soul fragments that you're holding on to that belong to someone else, we're going to release them now. And in these situations with these men, we're going to ask for an energetic divorce, to release any energetic attachment to this person. We're going to let Creator teach you who you are independently, and that you have everything that you need inside of you. And let's also get Creator's perspective of what it feels like to have a healthy relationship without losing your independence. So what it feels like to be you and allow your partner to be who they are, and you choose to share a life together. So you don't let them change you. You don't try to change them. Okay. Right. So every time someone said something hurtful to you about your appearance, about who you are, about your body, we're going to release that. That's like a psychic attack. I told you that thoughts have energy. So those words and those hurtful words, it's real, it's energy. So we're going to release them now, and we're going to send them all into the light. So you can say yes to accept this. And then the energy, so from hearing the words, if you have energy in your ears, from children being mean to you, if there was shouting in your home when you were a child, any harsh words, we're going to release that energy from your ears. Okay, and anytime you held back your truth and you didn't speak it, we're going to release that now. That energy being held in the throat, we're going to send that into the Creator's light. Okay, releasing all shock, trauma, and abuse, replacing it with unconditional love. Okay, and people are bringing up, you've got your own kind of healing situations going on right now. So in each one of those times, let's allow a Creator to show you the truth about what was happening, and the truth about why the person was behaving that way. Were they trying to hurt you? Let Creator show you. Oftentimes they were being mistreated. They were taught to treat people this way. Okay, Creator also wants you to know that someone's opinion and someone's behavior is not truth about you, and many of you have accepted this as truth. This is not truth about you. This is a reflection of the person. So let's release that as being truth. And let's let Creator download Creator's definition perspective of the truth so that you can see yourself from the Creator's eyes. Would you like that? Okay. Again, looking at what you've learned from the situation. Because we can't change it, but we can learn from it and we can let it go. So what have you learned? Okay, whatever kind of things are coming up for you for what you've learned, the positive things that you've learned, we're going to allow Creator to teach you these positive things. Would you like to know what it feels like to be impervious to psychic attacks, which are those harsh words? When people are saying mean things, which is completely a reflection of them. So would you like to know what it feels like to be impervious? So harsh words, they hit your aura, they turn into unconditional love, and they're returned to the sender. So we can download that into your aura. Please say yes to accept it. Okay. So we have to move on to, I want to move on to failure. Okay. So go into your heart and let your heart take you back to times in your life when you felt like you failed. And if you find many, I want you to go back to the first one. Okay. So these perceived failures that you've had, what did you learn that was positive from these failures? Okay, some of you are using them as motivation to make you work harder and better. So can we have Creator teach you what it feels like to be motivated out of love for yourself and love for others rather than the fear of failure? So let's release the fear of failure, replace it with true motivation out of love. There's some really big lessons in this. So who are you listening to and why do you see it as a failure? Is it something that you even wanted to do? So what did you learn from that? Okay. And we need to release this concept of failure, like there's only a win or lose, or there's only success and failure. And what we need to do is get the understanding that there are experiences. So people that are high performance or exceptionally good, successful, they don't get it right the first time. You don't just fall into success. You know, it's taken me working this business, this healing business, for 7 years to get to where I'm at right now. And actually, it wasn't a business in the first few years. It was just my own personal journey before it turned into a business. But it's experiencing things, and then you find out what you like and what you don't like, what I'm good at, what I'm not. It's a way of us figuring out our path. But we have these expectations that we have to do it right, and we have to do it right the first time. And that's unrealistic expectations. Life is about experiences. Michael Jordan had numerous failures. Like if he would have stopped, he would have stopped. We have to let go of that concept that it's success or failure. It's like one or the other. It's not, and it's an experience, and we learn and we grow. So can we release all of your feelings of failure and replace it with that truth about what it feels like to learn and experience and grow and figure things out? So if you'd like Creator's perspective of that, please say yes. And anytime you were trying to meet someone else's expectations, let's let go of that, right? And teach you what it feels like to do what feels true to you, and to know that you're allowed to, and it's safe to, and it's possible for you to do what you want to do. Good. Taking care of myself, being allowed to speak up for myself. Perfect. So let's download Creator's definition and perspective of what that means. A lot of women put children and other people first. We need to take care of ourselves. We need to take care of ourselves and speak our truth, and we can choose to help other people. And that's what I choose to do. I choose to help, and I choose to inspire, and I want you all to know that you have the same abilities that I have, and you can create whatever it is that you want. So if you'd like Creator's perspective, that you're allowed to take care of yourself, what it feels like, how to, and that you're allowed to speak up for yourself and speak your truth, that you know what that feels like, and you can do it without conflict, without fighting, without having to fight to be who you are. It feels comfortable being you, and you know how to express yourself. Go ahead and say yes to accept that. Good. Any shock or trauma that you're holding, any negative emotions from these perceived failures, let's release all of that now. Let's clear all of that out, replace it with unconditional love. And it's important that we teach you all of the events that you've brought up to look at. These are all completed, they're finished, and they're done. So if part of you is staying in that energy, still trying to fight with that, it's done. So let's make it finished. Okay. And so now I want you to think about, how does it feel for you to move forward? How does it feel for you to move forward without carrying this failure with you? Okay, so Jennifer's got the perfectionist. She was told often to do it right, or don't bother doing it at all. All right, and did you get that from one of your parents? And I suspect there's more than just you in this group with that. I had a father that was the same way. Okay, so you've picked up your parents' belief. Okay, so we're going to release that from you now. We're going to teach you the difference. Okay. And we're going to teach you, let Creator teach you what it feels like to do things the way that you want to do them. And that's okay. And that's allowed for you to do things the way that you want to do them. So let's release the expectations of things having to be perfect. Perfect is an illusion. Okay, and the truth is that everything is happening is perfect. Everything is happening exactly the way that it's supposed to be happening. So that's a word I like to even kind of avoid. But we want to focus on progress over perfection. So just like moving forward. Again, it's like that success. We don't fall into doing it, you know, perfectly, the best way we can the very first time. It takes practice and practice and practice, and we get better. Okay, so does that feel better, Jennifer? Releasing that expectation of having to be perfect. So anywhere that you are told this, let's let Creator show you the truth. This is for all of you. Okay, it feels very genetic, so we're going to release this ancestors program. Right, and their goal was just to do better and to progress. So would you like to know what it feels like to do better and to progress without having to be perfect? Yeah, that was a big healing for the ancestors there. Their intention was good, for sure. And we honor all of the ancestors for all the progress that they did make. Good, Jennifer. Yeah, Carrie. I was also taught that to work hard for everything in life, pull yourself up by the bootstraps all the time. So the positive thing that's come out of that is that you do know how to work hard. But would you also like to know what it feels like to work smart? And to also work with the laws of the universe to bring things to you in an easy way. And that's possible and it's allowed. And we're going to send that to all of your ancestors as well. This is also a very genetic program of having to work hard. And so, all of the hardships that your ancestors went through, can we release that from you and teach you that that's completed, finished, and done, and that you can move forward without fear of hardships? Would you like to know what it feels like to have everything that you need provided to you? That all of your needs are met so you can release any fear of um, survival, fear of not having your needs met. That's also from your ancestors. Okay. All right. So the past relationships, we're going to hit this really quick. We're going to be a little bit over on time. Relax into your heart. All right. We're going to ask your heart to take you back to any relationships that you have an unhealthy attachment to that we need to release. Something that's holding you back. It doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic relationship. It could be with a sibling, a friend, an employer. It could be any kind of relationship. All right. Now, would you like an energetic divorce or to be released energetically from this person? All right. I want you to notice in your body what feelings you have towards this person. What feelings are you holding on to? And I want you to ask yourself, ask your heart, listen to your heart. Remember, you can put your hands on your heart if you need to find that truth. What are the positive things that you learned from being in that relationship? Right? Some of you have become very strong. Okay, you've gone through a lot. Would you like to know what it feels like to be strong without being abused or mistreated? Right? And also that you don't have to be strong all the time. That you're strong when you need to be strong, and you're also soft and gentle and loving and kind at the same time. Is that okay? And can we have Creator teach you what it feels like to be independent, but also what it feels like to be interdependent? So if you're in a relationship, you want to, a healthy relationship is interdependent. So if you'd like to know what that feels like, you can say yes to accept that. Would you like to know what it feels like to live without being dependent on someone? Right, okay. All right, so the positive things that you learned from being in this relationship, let's let the creator download the highest truth about those things and that yours is the same. Okay. Okay. So can we release all of the shock, the trauma, the abuse, any resentment, anger, shame, guilt, fear, any other emotions that you have coming up from this relationship? Let's release that now, send it into the light, and we're going to replace it with safety. We're also going to have Creator teach you what love feels like, true love. Okay, and any of you that has the belief that love hurts, and you watched it from your childhood and you watched a relationship that wasn't very nice, it could have been verbal, it doesn't mean that it was physical, but that it was painful, that they didn't treat each other really well. So you have this perspective of love that it hurts and it doesn't feel very good. So let's release this belief and replace it with what true love feels like, and that you know you're worthy of true love, of real love, of love without pain. Okay. Okay. All right. So how's everyone feeling? Yeah, Bonnie, you're in a big transition right now. You were married for a long time. Would you like to know what it feels like to follow your own intuition, your own knowing, to make your own decisions, to know what is right for you, what is in your highest and best, that you're allowed to and it's safe to for you to do that? And for everyone here, say yes to accept that. So anywhere you got the impression that you couldn't make good decisions or you couldn't count on yourself and that you needed someone else to make decisions, let's let Creator show you the highest truth of that in each and every situation. Yeah. And teach you what it feels like to be a good decision maker. Okay, good, good, good. Okay, are you feeling, it brought up some deep stuff. Are you feeling okay right now? This is the important part, and we need to get into a space that it feels good. So we brought it up, but do you feel like that it's cleared? Just want to check in and make sure everyone's doing good. Good, release and peace. I'm going to send some downloads here. I want Creator to teach you what it feels like to be accepted, and that you have this feeling inside of you, and that you know what it feels like to have approval, that you already have it. You're not seeking it, you're not looking for it, that you know that you're approved of, you know you're accepted. And we'll download this into all that you are. Okay. Dreamy. I love it. Emotionally exhausted. Sometimes this work is exhausting, but do you feel okay, Carrie? Exhausted is okay. And sometimes after these sessions, you want to sleep. A sleep cycle is always good. See how you feel in the morning. Make sure you guys are drinking a lot of water. When we release emotions, it's actually releasing toxins in your body, because these emotions being held inside you is toxic. They will make you sick. They can make you sick over a long period of time. So we're releasing them. I want you to drink a lot of water to release all the toxins that are being released. Okay. All right. So I'm going to ask Creator now. So from what we've worked on today, any genetic damages, genes or genomes that are contributing to or causing any of the issues that we talked about today, we're going to release those damages, replace it with healthy molecules. Say yes to accept that. So these changes are made in the master cell, and then those changes, now I asked Creator to send them throughout your body to all your cells. You say yes to receive it. Good. And now we're going to ask Creator to download who you are and your life purpose with all of the changes from tonight. So please say yes to accept that. And now I'm asking Creator to send you healing, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual healing in your highest and best and with grace and ease. Please say yes to accept that. Okay. Okay, that's a really good thing, Carrie. Bonnie, it's so exciting. Okay, perfect. Use the replay, play it back, do some more deeper and deeper work, and then you'll be able to pause it. And if you need to spend some more time reflecting, or even just pick out the pieces of this recording that are important for you. So takeaways, again, you're going to pay attention to your thoughts and your feelings. Focus on your goals, focus on raising your vibration. On my main page, we had 7 days of raising your vibration and different suggested activities that you can use. Epsom salt bath, getting out into nature, dancing and singing. There's a couple meditations on there. What makes you guys happy? You need to put a daily ritual into your routine. I suggest in the morning. If you don't have much time, make it 15 or 20 minutes. If you have more time, make it a half an hour or 45 minutes. Do something. You have to set your intention for the day, bringing your vibration up, being in a good space, and moving through your day like that. So I'd like you to start thinking about what your morning ritual would be. Remember to use statements like, I have plenty, there's always enough, I can find the answer, I'll figure it out, of course I can, all those kind of things. And let's avoid saying I'm sorry. So I want you to take that out of your vocabulary. That's not a very good vibration. I'm sorry, and a lot of people say it all the time. Instead, say, please forgive me. And I still catch myself. That's a hard one to really let go of when you say I'm sorry. Now, if someone actually loses someone in the family, of course you can say I'm sorry and give your condolences. What I want you to stop doing is apologizing for things that happen all the time. So if you feel like saying sorry, instead, please say forgive me. Please forgive me. All right. So super exciting. That was day 2. That was some more deep work. And tomorrow we'll have day 3 at 7 p.m. I thank you so much for joining me. It was really beautiful. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.